Yo, my YouTube family, sending love and blessings to you wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this. I'm still going to go ahead with 40 verses on reality by Sri Ramana Maharshi. And in one of the videos I've done verses 1 to 10. And we'll do another 10 verses in this video. So from number 11 to number 20. I'll read through them and then we'll talk about them a little bit. If you have any questions, you're welcome to, post them down there. Go on my website, send me an email, or get in touch in any way. Not a problem. So, verse number 11. Not to seek the self, which is the source of both knowledge and ignorance, is real ignorance. Remember we did that. Knowledge, ignorance, and the knower. Number 12. True knowledge is self-effulgent. It is neither knowledge nor ignorance. We'll come to that. How is that possible? Number 13. Knowledge of diversity is ignorance. Yet it is not apart from the self, like the shapes of ornaments which are not apart from the gold. Number 14. You and he exist when the I exists. If the root of the I, the one, is found, you and he will also shine as the one. Number 15. Past and future are only the present when they occur. Thus, the present alone exists. That's straightforward. Number 16. Space and time do not exist apart from the self. We'll come to these. These are nice verses. Number 17. To those who have not realized the I is of the size of the body. To those who have, it is limitless. Number 18. To those who have not realized, the world is confined to the space it occupies. To those who have, it is the limitless substratum of the world. Number 19. Arguments about destiny and free will are carried on by those who have not realized. Those who have are free from both. Beautiful. Number 20. Seeing the self is seeing God. So the self is not other than God. Great. So that's 11 to 20. Let's just go back and see what I can add to that. Number 11. Not to seek the self, which is the source of both knowledge and ignorance, is real ignorance. So like we spoke about, I think in verse number 10 in the previous video. This, if we take all the knowledge you have, everything that you know can be divided into two things. All your knowledge. What you know and what you don't know. What you don't know, you're ignorant of. Your knowledge and ignorance. That's the entire spectrum of knowledge. Things I know, things I don't know. So, what he's saying is to find this middle person who knows and who doesn't know. Because he is separate from what he knows and he is separate from what he doesn't know. Anything that if you ever think that you need to know something more to realize God or the self or Brahman, you need something more that you're ignorant of, you need to learn something, that will come into the realm of your knowledge. So you've just taken something from the ignorant part that you did not know, now you know it, and you think you're going to realize the self? No. Until you don't realize this, you can't. And he talks about it in the next verse, which is great. True knowledge is self-effulgent. No, in verse number 13, we'll come back to 12. Knowledge of diversity is ignorance. So you can know a million things. And he says that is still ignorance. Because you haven't known the knower of all of them. True knowledge, number 12, is self-effulgent. It is neither knowledge nor ignorance. Just like I said. That is knowledge, everything you know. That is everything you don't know. Your knowledge, your ignorance. Things you know, things you don't know. This is neither known, neither unknown. It cannot be known, and yet it is not unknown. Had somebody spoken like this to me about 15 years ago, maybe 15, 17 years ago, I would have said, you've lost it, you've gone nuts, you need a psychiatrist. All right. It's fun. Non-duality is so brilliant. You're in the biggest magic show there ever is, can be. And you've got the front seat. That's why Guru Nanak he called it Wah e Guru. Wah means wonderful. E Guru. Guru is the teacher, the spiritual teacher who guides you to the reality. And that teacher also, if you get into the details of it, is within you. So he says, wonderful, O Guru. He looks around the universe and says, wonderful, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Amazing, wonderful. What a creation, what a magic show. Anyway, true knowledge is self-effulgent. It is neither knowledge nor the ignorance. This one is self-effulgent. You and he exist when I exist. Only when I am there can I know that there is a you or a he or a she or anything else. Without I being there, none of them exist. And if I realize my true self, all of them exist as one. Past and future are only present when they occur. Thus, the present alone exists. So, everything is happening in now. Whenever it was, will be, is, it's always now. Something cannot happen in the past. It has happened. And when it happened, it was now. Something cannot happen in the future. When it happens, it will be now. So only the now exists in reality. I'm not going to go through these. These are easy ones. Time and space do not exist apart from the self. Simple. If you are not there, the self is not there, there will be no mind. Time and space is a construct, is inferred by the mind. Things exist in time and space. Without a thing, there can be no time and space. So they can't exist apart from the self. To those who have not realized, the I is of the size of the body. To those who have not realized, the I is the size of the body. For those who have not awakened to the true self, I means this. And for those who have awakened, I means the universe. Number 18. To those who have not realized, the world is confined to the space it occupies. To those who have, it is the limitless substratum of the world. So, for those who are not awakened, the world is like the limit. The world is confined to the space it occupies. That's the world. Earth and a little bit of what we know about the planets and the galaxy that we are in, the Milky Way, that's it. For the one who has realized, it is limitless because he knows the substratum that it's made of, the entire universe. If you know denim, the cloth denim, then you know the material cause of every single pair of jeans in the world. Think about that. If you know what denim is, then you can safely say, I know what every jeans in the world is made of. I know what it is. And it can be short, tall, it can be a short, it can be a long one, it can have one leg, it can have two legs, it can have 6 pockets, it can have 8 pockets, does not matter. I know what it's made of. Arguments about destiny and free will are carried on by those who have not realized. Freedom means that. That's what freedom means. Those who have are free from both. Freedom means, number one, you have the choice to do what you want and to do it or not. You're free. It's completely free. Whether you do it, it does not matter. Whether you don't do it, it does not matter. You're freed from both. Same example of the knowledge and the ignorance. Things you know, things you don't know. This one is free from what you know and what you don't know. You can always forget things and you become ignorant of them again. You can always learn new things and they become part of your knowledge. But this one, is free from both. Number 20. Seeing the self is seeing God, so the self is not other than God. Seeing the self is seeing God. When you realize the true eternal self that you are, awareness, consciousness, Brahman, Satchidananda, Nirvana, Tao, God, call it what you want. When you realize that within you as your own true self, one with everything, everywhere, every time, and transcends everything, everywhere, every time. It is immanent and transcendent at the same time. When you realize that, then you realize that is not separate from what people call God. And so that's what he's saying here. So the self is not other than God. All right, I think that's about 10 minutes. I was trying to get 10 minutes, but it's about 11 minutes. I will be posting more videos. Feel free to, if you'd like me to take up any non-dual text, if you have any phrases that you'd like me to interpret or explain to you, anything to do with non-duality, the Upanishads, Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta is that philosophy. I mean, I've studied it very extensively. So when I find a lot of people who say that non-duality cannot be taught, it cannot be known, it cannot be understood, Brahman cannot be understood, Brahman cannot be taught, Brahman cannot be seen, and all this kind of language that's used. So if somebody tells you the truth, the absolute truth cannot be known, here's your question. You should question him immediately. How do you know? Because clearly you know that it cannot be known. That means you know something that tells you that it cannot be known. How about teaching that to me? If somebody says it can't be understood by the mind, anything that you have understood, that means you have understood that it can't be understood. Explain that to me. Make me understand that. I'm not asking about it. It's like if you're a real seeker of the truth, you need to nag on. Seeker of the truth in terms of you want to absolutely know. Like a little baby. Why? Why? So if somebody says, God is there, why can't I see him? You can't. He can't be seen. But why? Because he is not visible to the eyes. But why isn't he visible to the eyes? You know, keep going, keep going. Why? Why? So Brahman cannot be known. Absolutely true. But okay, so here's the question. I will not ask about Brahman. I can at least ask why Brahman cannot be known. It can't be understood. I can ask why it can't be understood. So any questions, such questions, that's philosophy, and that's Advaita Vedanta. It has the answers, logical answers to everything that you would want to know. Now, I'm not saying logical answers are the reality. Intellectual knowledge, like just Ramana has just said right now, knowledge of diversity is ignorance. You're just going to get more knowledge. But what will knowledge do? It will clear out doubts that you have. It will clear out misconceptions. What you think and what you know are two different things. What you think may or may not be, but what you know is something that you have understood after analyzing all the facts. So it's better to know than to think or believe. Stay blessed. I'll see you on my next video.